It's Bottom right here from the Disregard for Timekeeping release that is Guilty.
Yes, it is.
Although Bottom is not out there performing his solo work, he's been having a lot of success with his Zeppelin project.
He has. It's a great project, man, no doubt.
Yeah. And, because he has the legacy of, having his famous father being one of the 4 members of Led Zeppelin, even though he personally does not have any stake in creating that legacy or that music, he does a fantastic job in representing era gone by.
He does, and he's the only other guy other than the original 4 that's ever played with Zeppelin, I guess.
That is true.
And Phil Collins. Phil Collins played Live Aid. Remember?
Yep, he did.
Yeah, played it horribly, but he played it.
All right. With every new movement out there, there is always an unintended consequence.
Okay.
And being that we're wrapping up 2018 had a lot of I don't know which one to call for good or for worse benchmark things that happened this year that have kind of changed the landscape of how we conduct ourselves in day-to-day business. Not necessarily you or I personally, but probably in general.
Right.
One of the things I'm talking about is the metoo movement.
Okay.
The metoo movement, even though it has quote-unquote supposedly good intentions, it's also caused a how can I say that? It's also caused a way how people interact with each other now. And it's not for the better.
No, absolutely. It's definitely caused a hard rift between men and women. Certainly has done that. Fucking dudes want nothing to do with these fucking Me Too chicks.
Well, there you go. And that was a good segue into what I'm going to tell you about.
Okay.
If you were to ask any of these social justice warrior type people, what is happening in the workplace due to this Me Too movement, men in general, just like what you said, are avoiding the women.
Of course, because it's not worth the hassle.
So rather than being a good coworker, they just avoid them altogether.
Right.
So even if the coworker maybe is not suspected of being one of those Me Too social justice warrior type people, it's like, why take the risk?
Yeah. No, dude, if I was going to an office day to day, I would do the bare minimum that I have to do with any chick that I worked with, and would never have interaction with them outside of work.
Well, you're playing right into this.
Well, I mean, you have to. How can you not these days? If you do, you're stupid. But go ahead.
Now, this is being written by a chick's point of perspective or point of view.
Okay.
When I was 15 years old, just a couple of weeks after getting my learner's permit, I asked my dad if I could pull the family SUV out of the garage before we left to run errands. He agreed, and without waiting for him to join me, I ran off and confidently got behind the wheel. As I backed up, I turned the steering wheel too far, too early, and caught the front bumper on the garage door rail, ripping it from the front of the car. My dad was furious, and I was embarrassed, and I was ashamed. I had convinced him that I was ready for this responsibility, and now my mistake would have serious financial consequences for the family. But rather than learn the relatively straightforward driving lesson that was being offered, I decided I would simply just never drive again.
Okay.
For weeks, I refused my parents' invitation to get back behind the wheel and to take a greater care next time to learn from my mistake. I had made up my mind. Nope, no more driving for me. That's it.
Right.
This was a stubborn reaction of a child, and the memory of it came back to me this week when I read the Bloomberg News, the latest in what is now a series of articles detailing all the absurd strategies men are using ostensibly to protect themselves from accusations of harassment or assault in the metoo era.
Okay. All right.
Some steps seem calculated to protect from false accusations, such as the man in the infrastructure investigating who said he wouldn't meet female employees in rooms without windows anymore. Other steps, such as no business dinners with women 35 or younger, seem to reflect man's distrust of their own ability to do something pretty simple. Share a meal with a young woman without harassing her. Now, you see, the guy is just automatically guilty.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see that at all. I see that if they don't agree on something, she's got a weapon. That's the way I look at it.
Well, that's the way that I look at it, too. See, from this point of view, this woman would never, ever falsely accuse.
Mm-hmm.
It's the guy who would have, prompted a situation.
Right, yeah, and she's half right.
Yeah.
Okay.
In all case studies, these self-instituted rules are deeply gendered, suggesting that men suspect women are likely to fabricate harassment or assault allegations, and implying that men do trust themselves not to sexually harass other women. Neither reflects well on them.
On men?
Yeah.
I think it reflects greatly on men because they're not being stupid. They're not being stupid enough to be set up.
There you go. But you see, she's coming from the perspective that could never happen.
Well, fuck her.
Yeah. A woman would never set a guy up. Never.
No.
It's just these untrustworthy guys that cause this kind of a thing.
Right. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. No. Anyway, look, guys are out. I was, this is so, it's a different situation, but it'll play into this and you'll see how in a second. I saw a thing on, I think it was Twitter, yesterday, and it was a picture of an apartment. Okay. And it's just a regular old apartment, and it was a fairly empty apartment.
Okay.
But it had one chair, and it had a TV stand with a big screen TV on it and an Xbox. And the post was written by a woman, and the post was, most men find nothing wrong with this picture.
Okay.
And I looked at this for a minute, and I was like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that picture. What's wrong is when you come in and fuck it up.
Right.
With all your bullshit, and expect him, the guy that doesn't have a problem with just having a minimalist life, having, you find that to be wrong when he doesn't want to have all your bullshit.
Yeah.
But you're somehow right and he's somehow wrong.
Yeah.
How is he wrong? You fucking egotistical cunt. And that's really what it comes down to with these chicks all the time, is their ego is fucking massive now.
Right.
Like everything they think is real and guys are just shit. And guess what? We as guys, you know what I've learned from the Me Too movement? That there's a lot more guys than I thought there were that really don't put that kind of value to pussy. There's that thing right there. There it is. Somebody actually found it. Good.
What, the chick with two dicks in her mouth?
Oh, above that.
I know. I've seen that. Guys really live in apartments like this and don't see any issue. Okay.
Because there's no issue.
Yeah, what's the issue? The guy lives simply. He's got a chair and he's got his TV and his gaming system.
And he's happy.
Yeah, he likes just being simple. Isn't that what Anthony was saying on Joe Rogan last week when we were playing some of the clips? He was just like, I got my kitchen table or dining room table where there should be like a candle and some centerpiece, but instead it's got my big gaming screen on it.
Yeah. I mean, what does this bitch think that he needs? Another a table in the middle and a couch on the side and some knickknacks and a fucking snow globe and all that. Fuck off. That's not what guys want. Yeah. I've said forever that I would be thrilled to just get out of this house that I have and move into a 300 square foot apartment. Yeah. Give me a table, a chair, and a bed.
Yeah, live like the Rev.
Yeah, dude, I'd be fine with that at this point. Now, all I have is a bunch of fucking clutter. I have so much bullshit. I have so many rooms in this house that I don't use. I mean, literally.
I'm the same way.
Why do I need extra bedrooms? Yeah. Why, dude, I probably spend, like my living room, if I'm not having a party, I'm probably in my living room. Maybe if you added up all the hours, maybe 6 days a year. I just don't spend time in there, and I have a big TV in there and a couch and, a chair and all this other horse shit, but I don't need any of it. I could just get rid of all that fucking nonsense. I would love to just live in a little small place now and just not have to deal with anything.
Right.
Ugh, fucking chicks.
Well, I got a second bedroom of a full bathroom, a living room that I never use.
Yeah. It's nice the one time every 5 years that you have somebody stay with you. It's nice to have that extra space. But other than that, it is just useless space to you.
Pretty much.
I mean, dude, the room that I stayed in when I stayed at your place.
Yeah.
Has anybody been in that room since then?
No.
And that was, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I was there. It might even have been more.
It was, yeah, it's been a while.
It's been at least 3, maybe 4 years ago. And that's the last time you had a human being other than yourself go in there. When's the last time you went in there?
Well, I keep the CMS shirts in there, so I go in there to get a shirt to place an order or to, fulfill an order.
So this 200 by 200 room is a closet.
Yeah. For CMS merch.
But if you had a chick living with you, you could guarantee there'd be a bed in there and there'd be maybe a TV in there and a dresser and a...
Well, to be honest with you, the last chick that I was with, she was in there sizing that room up.
Oh, for what?
Figuring out how she would utilize that if she got to move in there.
Oh, for her closet?
Yeah, for whatever it is she wanted to use it for.
Boy, so glad that we didn't have to deal with that.
Because it was... I caught her in there like 2 or 3 times. That's like, what are you doing? Well, I'm just imagining.
Oh, brother.
It's like, what are you imagining? Well, I would just imagine how I would utilize this space. It's like, well, that's as far as it goes, is your imagination, because that'll never come to fruition.
Yeah. Imagine me drowning you in this waterbed if you don't stop it.
I was just trying to see if my stuff would fit in here.
Oh, just stop it. Boy, she had a lot of... She was waving the red flags, wasn't she?
Hail and Kill caller, you're on the air.
Hail and Kill, guys. It's Chris the Cop.
Hey, what's up, Chris the Cop?
How you been?
Good. Are you still in North Carolina?
I am still in North Carolina, yes.
Did you get hit with the snowstorm?
I got no snow where I live.
All right.
Cool.
So I got a funny story that I had a question for Neeley.
All right. Go right ahead.
All right. So when I go to bed at night, I put the Classic Metal Show podcast on to go to bed to. All the reruns. So I had a girl stay over one night, and the Classic Metal Show reruns are on. And one of the segments with me talking about having sex with fat chicks came on. and the girl who was laying in bed with me heard the stories and was disgusted.
Did she leave?
No, she called me. She waited till the morning to call me out on it.
That's awesome. Dude, now walk us through that. So how does that go? I gotta hear this.
So I literally listen. I have your podcast on all the time, and I go to bed not knowing what's going on, and then in the morning she wakes me up and she says, "So you like taking random fat girls home and having sex with them?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "I heard you on the radio last night while you were sleeping."
I love it.
And I was like, I didn't know what to say to that.
Well, is she fat?
She was pleasantly plump, yes. You know that's my MO.
Dude, was that? Did she stick around, or was that it?
No, I still talk to her, but she was like kind of, a little upset with me.
That's fucking great.
It's a crazy story.
Yeah, you obviously that there was no plan there, and it just happened to be a segment that played while she was laying there. It's like, wait a minute, is that him?
It's kind of like, she hears someone named Chris the Cop with my thick New York accent, and she knew who it was.
I love that.
That is funny.
I love that it's somebody
right,
other than me that's had a problem with the show. That makes me happy.
Oh, my God. It's because I'm loyal. I listen to you guys when I go to bed.
Funny.
That's the problem. All right, so Neeley,
yes.
I got a question. I got a dating question for you.
Okay.
All right, so from what I gather from the show, you like dating girls who are a little bit younger than you.
Well, it just works out that way. Let's just put it that way. It isn't planned out. I don't go searching for it. I don't necessarily have parameters for that. It just works out that way.
All right, so here's my question. So I bartend and manage a bar, and I have this 26-year-old. I'm 46 years old. I have a 26-year-old girl who's very pretty, actually not fat, and she's into me, interested in dating, and I kind of feel creepy dating her because her parents are only like 4 years older than me.
Okay.
So how do I get past this, Neeley?
Well, it's chemistry. If you get along, if you got a good rapport with her. Yeah. See, I don't really look at the age. They might be considerably younger than me, but if there's like some kind of rapport there, or if there's a commonality, or like interest or whatever, the age thing really doesn't factor in.
But what about when you're out in public?
I've not had any issue with that.
That's another concern of mine.
Why is that a concern? What do you think people are going to say? And why do you care what they say? What's that creepy old guy doing with the young hot chick? But why do you care? Why would you care if somebody even if somebody goes with the look at grandpa dating his daughter fucking jokes or whatever? Who cares?
But honestly, Chris, I don't look that old. I don't look my age, but still, like, I'm kind of creeped out by it.
I'm going to give you the real warning that Neeley won't give you. And before I give you the warning, I'm going to tell you why Neeley won't give you this warning. Neeley is he puts himself up far better than almost anybody does that I know when he starts dating somebody. From the minute he meets somebody the first time, they know exactly what his character is. There's no, and Neeley, tell me if you think this is wrong, but you are really one of those guys that the second somebody meets you, they know exactly who you are.
Yeah, people don't have any question about where they stand with me.
Right.
It's the same with me. It's the same with me.
Now, but here's your warning, dude. Young chicks versus old chicks, and me, I've gone both ways since I've been single. I dated one that was 14 years younger than me, and the girl that I spend the most amount of time with these days is exactly my age. And the difference is the younger ones are looking for like real commitment. Like, especially 26, she's starting to think about marriage, kids, no matter what she tells you right now, somewhere in her head, she's thinking about marriage, kids, and she's got friends and mom and everybody else in her ear saying, your clock is ticking. You better find someone. You better get there. So no matter what she's telling you up front, you need to keep that in your mind. And if that's not what you're into, you better hit that 5 or 6 times and fucking run for cover. You know,
right,
because... Go ahead.
But Chris, here's the background. She's 26 years old, divorced, and has a kid.
Okay. So she's still, I will guarantee you, then part of the issue with her is looking to stabilize for her kid.
And estranged from her family.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Does not get along with her parents.
That's a good thing. That's you're saying some positives here, but I'm telling you,
all right, so here's
26 is not looking to be single.
Here's the next question. So she's coming over to my house for Christmas Eve. I'm cooking dinner for her and her kid.
Right.
I bought the kid a Christmas gift. Mm-hmm. What do I buy her?
Well, it depends on how familiar or serious you are with her at that point. I mean, have you?
I know. Her. She comes into my bar for the last year. She comes into the bar to see me like 3 times a week.
Okay, but have you dated her yet?
No. Here's the deal. We went out one night drinking. She got pretty drunk. Came back to my place, and I told her she had to sleep on the couch.
All right, good move. That's a good move.
So she kind of thinks I'm that good guy.
Where's the expectation in her mind that she's staying on Christmas?
I haven't got to that because she's going to be with her kid, Chris.
Well, but she might think that you're going to set up a room for the kid.
No, she's got to go home.
I have the guest room, but I have not established that yet. That's a great question, by the way.
No, if she brings the kid and the kid's with her, she's got to go home.
I agree with that, but let's play the whole game out. I would let her know that you have a room if she wanted to stay for the kid.
Yes.
Because even though she's going to feel uncomfortable and go home, she's going to think that you're like a kind, thoughtful type of a dude, and she's going to appreciate that. And boy, is she going to give it to you good when she finally gets a fucking babysitter.
All right, so what's the Christmas gift I got her?
Well, it can't be anything really romantic, so it's got to be something.
Gift card?
No. It's got to be something that chicks like some kind of like bath soaps or
Victoria's Secret bathrobe.
Yeah, something like that.
What about like a gift certificate to pedicure?
No, not gift certificate.
That just says I don't.
Killing me.
A gift certificate just says to her, didn't spend any time thinking about what I needed to give her. You got to give her
that's
something.
That's what I do to everybody, Chris.
You got to give her something to open, dude.
And it can't be too overly romantic. It's got to be just enough to say, I put some thought into this, but not enough to say that this is going to be a long-term thing.
Here's how you do this, dude. Here's what you get her. You're going to spend. I'm going to give you the gift pack that's about $50 to $60. You ready?
That's what I'm looking to spend, baby.
All right. You get her one of those large candles that has some soft smell to it. You know, like a soft sort of romantic type of a smell, like a pink, not a red or a green or something, but a soft colored candle. Get one of those. That's about $5 at fucking CVS. You go to Bed Bath & Beyond and get her a bath soap type of a deal, just a small one, because it's kind of giving that indicator of I want you to smell nice for me. I want you to look nice and be comfortable around me. And then the big $30 gift is you hit Victoria's Secrets and you get the bathrobe. The bathrobe's about $35 on Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, you go to Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, but you're looking at
what's the bathrobe
$50
insinuating, Chris?
You're setting a mood.
Because chicks like to relax in a bath, and then they'll think about you, and then they'll sit there and burn their candle while they're bathing, and then they'll slip on their robe, and they'll go, "Oh man, he's really missing out. He's not seeing me wearing his new robe. I'm going to have to show this to him."
Yeah, and while she's in that bathtub, she's in the bathtub, she's going to be thinking about how sweet you are, maybe rubbing the bean a little bit. Getting herself good and lathered up to where now she's putting in her mind comfort and an orgasm with you, so that when she does come back over, you're in, man.
But do you agree you buy one gift for the girl who's like the pig that you just have sex with, and then you buy a different gift for the girl that you actually like?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely two different gifts there.
Yeah.
The chick that you're just banging, that's okay with a gift card.
Gift cards are good there, or stuff she likes to do. Concert tickets, basketball tickets, shit like that. Whatever she likes to do.
She's not black, Chris.
Yeah, but she might have liked fucking black guys in a former life. You don't know. She is a fatty, right?
You know what? You know my deal. If she fucked a black guy in a former life, I'm not banging her.
Yeah, but she's not going to admit that to you. She's a fatty.
Oh, they all admit it, Chris. They all admit it, Chris. They admit it.
I don't know. The fatties tend to need attention. They'll take anything.
But she's not this girl's not fat. This girl's a piece.
Well, I know you said this one, but you said the ones that you're just fucking.
Yeah, the pigs.
Right, but this is a girl who's a piece.
This is one that you said you want to date, right?
Right, but I can't get over the age difference, and that's why I'm asking Neeley how he gets over this.
It's
thing.
not if you have something in common and you got commonality and all that kind of stuff, the age thing never makes a difference.
She doesn't listen to metal.
Well, there you go.
No, she doesn't listen to metal.
Oh, I thought you said she listens to metal. I don't know.
She doesn't.
Well, I don't know what your other interests are. I mean, if you have some common interest in movies or, attending different things, whether it's concerts or sporting events or whatever, if you have that in common. Do you have anything in common in with her aside from you think she's hot?
That's a no.
So we get along good. Like I said, we get along good. She likes to. We talk about life.
All right. Well, okay. That's good for 1 hour. Here's the telltale. Here's the telltale, dude.
God.
If she was doing something that you just are not into doing at all, would you be cool with doing it because you're spending the time with her?
I won't do that for anybody, Chris. I'll be honest with you.
All right. Well, this may not be a good match for you.
And it's not that
you would do that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She's not dateable for you. She's fucking.
Wait. Where do you draw the line with that when it comes to that?
Well, you're gonna have to spend a significant amount of time with her if you want to date her. But if you don't have anything in common, you'll get bored with it quickly.
Yeah, once you fuck her, you'll be tired of her.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, well, yeah, that didn't really live up to my expectations, or yeah, that was the best piece of ass I had. But after that, then what do you got?
But that's how I feel about the pigs, like the random.
Well, dude, just because she's in better shape doesn't mean that she's fucking immediately dateable either.
All right, but what do you think about me buying the kids a scooter for Christmas?
A scooter? What kind of a scooter?
What's the cost?
I got him the electric scooter with the helmet.
What's the cost?
Oh, I got it on sale at Kohl's for like $80. The helmet was another $20, so $100 in and out.
Way too much, but way too much.
Well,
I got a Kohl's card. You get cash back on that thing. So
if you already got the answer, why are you asking?
Well, the thing is you're applying gifts to her kid, and that's always a direct pathway to the mother's heart.
Yeah.
And,
exactly.
And the thing is if you're setting her up just for a bang, you're going to get a hateful mother after you pretty quickly if it doesn't work out after the first or second date.
And I'm going to tell you one other thing.
I'm not setting up for the bang.
Dude, but I'm going to tell you another thing, too. You're playing a dangerous game there because if the mother didn't get the kid something as cool as that, she's going to look worse than the guy that just happens to be there this year. And she ain't going to dig that at all.
Oh, man.
Yeah, if you start messing with the kids, integrating them in your situation, that's kind of a dangerous game.
Especially before you've actually gone out with her.
No, we've hung out before. We've gone out. When we go out and she comes back to my place, I made her sleep on the couch.
Dude, if you haven't put your dick in her, you can't put 100 on her kid.
Chris, it's too late. I've done it.
No, it's not too late. There's charities. Give it to charity.
$20, Chris, $20 cash back, Coles Bucks.
All right, put it in a closet until you've been with her for a while, till the kid's birthday.
Oh, you're killing me.
Dude, Neeley, do you think I'm wrong on that?
No, not
That's
at all.
The
thing is I've dated women with children, but I never got involved.
So what?
But I've never gotten involved with the kid aspect until about 6 months in.
Well, she just introduced me to the kid last week.
Yeah, but you haven't been consistently dating her, though.
$100 on a gift. You met this kid 1 week ago?
Yeah, a week ago.
And you're gonna drop $100 on a gift.
That's more than I'm dropping on my nephews, to be honest with you.
Okay, you don't see that as fucked up? Come on, dude.
It is fucked up. But here's my question is, how do I not feel creepy when I'm out in public with her?
That's not even an issue. Like I said, if you really truly have something in common with her and you have this, commonality, that's not even a factor.
And how about this, dude? Just go out with her. And if you feel creepy, then fucking break it off.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but don't involve the kid.
Yeah, you can't, dude.
I'm
the kid
not
is
trying to involve the kid.
But you invited her over for Christmas Eve and dinner and all this other stuff, and you're doing this as a little group.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she doesn't have family. Listen, I'm not going home to New York to see my family for Christmas, so I'm alone. She's alone for Christmas, so I'm like, all right, let's spend Christmas together. Dude,
think like a chick, and just hear me out on this, and paint the picture in your head.
Go ahead.
If this chick does not get this kid as cool of a gift as you did, and this kid doesn't know you for dick, she's gonna perceive you as just trying to buy into banger, or she's gonna be mad at you for outshining her to her kid. You're losing on this, my friend.
Or you're giving her the impression that you're all in.
Yeah, that too.
I agree with that, but the problem is I'm used to just meeting a girl. I just wanted to bang her, and now I want to separate myself from that.
The problem is that you can't convince yourself to just continue business as usual because this chick's not some fat slob.
Listen, Chris. You see, they're cute fat slobs. Let's get that straight.
I understand that, but this one's not. This one's like regular build that other guys would want to fight you over.
And obviously you have a certain affection for this girl that goes beyond. I just want to have a one-nighter with you.
I agree. And the people that come into my bar that see her sitting at my bar, the women included, all tell me. She really likes you, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
you're still playing with fire with the kid.
Yeah, but see, she doesn't have a problem with the age difference, so why do you?
Good point.
No, I think she might, though. I'm only 4 years younger than her parents.
So what?
So maybe you work it out to fuck her mom, too.
She doesn't like her mom.
Doesn't mean you can't.
I don't think I've ever meeting the mom, Chris.
Well, if you want to break it off, all you have to do is, I'd like to meet your mom. Is she as hot as you?
Oh, yeah. I've said that before.
And
that was that.
And that was that, yeah.
Well, that's what I said.
Exactly.
If you want to break it off at some point, then all you have to say is, I'd like to meet your mom. Is she as hot as you?
Oh, man.
Dude, you just got to go for it. I mean, if you really want to see if it's there, then talking about it ain't going to make any kind of difference, or telling me that you don't feel, or how do I get past it, or any of that. If you want to see if it's going to work, the only way to do it is to actually do it. And then whatever happens, happens.
You know what? You're right. I'm getting dating advice from the Classic Metal Show right now.
Yeah, that's not a smart idea.
Yeah. Because we're dudes that been there and done that.
No, the problem is this. I live a life where I got burnt in the past from girls, and so the last 10 years of my life, I was just like, I'm going to meet girls and have sex with them. And then when you meet somebody who you actually like, you got to kind of change
Yeah,
your
changes
personality
the whole game.
Or do you have to change? Or do you have to change? Dude, just do whatever's comfortable for you. Stop trying to plan everything out. Whatever fucking happens, dude, for all you know, she might fucking come over, the kid might fall asleep after dinner, and she might just be, look, I'm going to suck your balls dry. And, you don't know what's going to happen. So why are you trying to plan for something that you don't know? Just fucking play it by ear, see what happens. But don't overspend on the kid.
Listen, the $100 is spent, so I'm not going to return the gift.
Well, you didn't give it to him yet. Put it in the closet. If she's still there in 6 months when his birthday comes up or whatever, then give it to him then.
No, but here's the other situation. Her ex-husband lives in Michigan, so they split the kid like 2 months at a time. So she has the kid in North Carolina for 2 months. He has the kid in Michigan for 2 months, and they go back and forth with the kid.
Oh, my God, dude. Is there any other excuse you'd like to make, too?
I'm not making an excuse.
Yes, you are. You're absolutely. Every time we're telling you what to do, you're saying, well, but what about, what if, and then this and that. Dude, just fucking go for it and see what happens.
All right.
Yeah, the whole Christmas Eve dinner thing, that's all well and fine, but that you have to just play that one casual, real casual.
I agree. All right, so my two main questions were, A, getting over the creepiness of the age difference, and B, what do I get her for Christmas?
We already told you. Get her some bath soap,
right.
some
bath stuff.
Yeah, they like that shit.
All right. So you guys helped me out. I appreciate it.
Yeah, get her like a little silk bathrobe and a bath set of some sort, and that's cool.
Yep.
All right. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you can't go with the gift card. You can't go with jewelry or anything like that.
Yeah,
no jewelry. No jewelry.
No gift cards either.
I agree. All right. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
I love you guys.
Well, we want an update after the first of the year.
That's right.
All right, I'll check back in with you.
All right, don't pussy out on us.
All right, hail and kill.
Hail and kill.
Motherfuckers!
Well, there you go.
We're experts.
Yeah, experts.
Look at us. We're just experts.
Unfortunately, we're experts because we've done it wrong so many times.
Yeah. We got our asses handed to us more times than we like to admit.
Yeah. Now, what do you want to bet? That he's going to go turn right around and buy her some exotic fucking gift and give this kid this fucking car, and the mom is going to get mad because he outshines the mom.
Or when he calls us in the new year, well, dude, I let her move in.
She's right here listening to the show.
Yeah, dude, things just kind of got out of control really quickly, and before I knew it, she was moving her stuff in here.
Yeah. He'll be like, dude, I'm so happy she moved in with me. Please help me get out of this. I love that she's here. She's really great. I'll do anything to get her out.
So good. I love it.
It's funny.
All right, well, getting back to the Me Too movement, since we got another call here. Hail and kill, caller, you're on the air.
one quick piece of advice for Chris the cop there.
Yes.
If he does actually bang this chick on Christmas, don't put the CMS radio network on when you go in, because this segment might come up. Good piece of advice. Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal.
Everybody with their advice tips now.
There we go. Everybody's trying to help. Look, us guys got to stick together.
Yeah.
We're all trying to help each other. Too funny.
You know, we love the ladies, but boy, that's a tough thing sometimes.
West Virginia Joker Jack, he's going to buy her a Maserati.
Well, you said get her something simple.
Yeah. So I bought her a car. Well, you know, she needed to be able to get around.
Well, you know, the thing is that she faced seasonal layoffs and she didn't have anywhere to live.
Yeah. So I just let her move in here and bought her a car.
Right. Because it would help her get around looking for a new gig.
Yeah. And her kid needs a full-time dad, so it might as well be me.
Right. Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
Hail and kill, boys. This is Jeremy from Kentucky.
Hey, what's up, Jeremy? It's been a while since we've heard from you. I was surprised to see you in the chat room.
Yeah, I'm alive, man. I'm alive.
So are you married to that school teacher, or is she still in the picture, or what's the deal?
No. That's why I called.
No. That's no to what?
No.
No, she's not in the picture, or no, you didn't marry her?
She's gone.
She's
I
gone.
Run that bitch off.
Why, did you fall asleep listening to the CMS one night or something?
Well, it was a similar story to what dude told.
Are you kidding me? We got to hear this. Go ahead.
I'm not shitting you.
Let's hear
I
it.
ain't shitting you, man.
Let's hear it.
She heard one call-in that I done. Heard me bashing the camel riders and the niggers and,
Oh, no.
and just everybody, you know. And she's like, I just can't believe that you'd be so racist and all this bullshit. And I'm just like, okay. Like, if you don't get it, you ain't never going to get it. You don't listen to the show. So, shut the fuck up, basically.
All right.
And you remember how you guys told me after 2 years it falls apart?
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck. I should have just listened. Because after 2 years, it started going all the shit.
Yeah, it goes all fucky after about 2 years.
Let me guess.
I actually got engaged to this girl.
We told you not to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have listened to you
is that
too.
why
but
it went to shit? Is that why it went to shit? Because she
honestly,
wanted... Go ahead.
Yeah, I think so. I think it. Ever since I put that ring on the finger, it was just like she thought she had control of me. She could do whatever she wanted to, get away with it, and thought she was going to move her little fag brother in here on me. And I was like, fuck that.
Well, did she live with you?
Yes, she moved in with me.
Did she make you
And
take
that
down?
lasted-
Did she make you take down your Confederate flag?
No, but I figured out real quick, me and her just didn't jive in the same house.
Well, wait a minute. What,
I'll tell you how long it took.
How did you not
Took
figure that
3
out in
weeks.
the first 2 years?
You tell me, Chris. I'm smoking too much weed. I stay zoned out all the time, man. I need to get sober and think about shit for a minute. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting fucked. It's time to get out. So, yeah. For the last dude that called, don't buy that bitch nothing. Just lay it to her. It's like we do in the mountains. Just lay it to her. Hit it and run. Don't. Just stick with the game plan. You're 46. Don't get married. Don't do it.
I'm with them on that.
Be Neeley and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking enjoy life. That's what I'm doing.
That's right.
I got me a black Corvette convertible and I just zoom up and down the road, listen to Metallica, and love life.
Has there been another woman since?
Hell no.
Hell no. How long ago?
Hell no.
How long ago does this parting of the ways happen? When did this happen?
This has been like 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
I've been MIA.
So you haven't banged out any other chicks in 6 months?
Nope.
No? Have you even gone out with any? Or are you just done?
I went out with a couple, and it just,
Yeah.
I didn't want to put out, so.
You didn't buy any of their kids any gifts, did you?
They didn't have kids. I don't fuck with no girl with no kids. I ain't raising no kid. Hell no. I don't want no damn kid. Never.
Don't
That's
blame
just a
me
money
there.
pit. That's a money pit. and chances are, if they grow up where I'm at, there's like a 50% chance they're going to be a mess head anyway. So the odds are just not good enough to raise a child in southeastern Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah, you have to weigh the risk
do it.
against the reward, right?
Yes. Do I want to just not have kids or have one or take a chance on him being a chud and having to keep him up the rest of his life? Fuck that. Not going to happen. But yeah, I just thought I'd touch base with you guys.
Well, we enjoy the
Let's get back
fact
to
that our fans are so loyal, and for whatever reason, they look to us for guidance.
Yeah, you guys are the Dr. Phil of classic metal, huh? Yeah. Classic relationship show.
Right.
It is.
Yeah. All right, guys, get back to your topic. I'll hop
Jared.
off here and spare them the inhumanity of my racist bullshit. I'm just going to let it go this time. We've all heard it before.
Right. All right, Jeremy.
Nail and kill. All right, nail and kill. Fuck you, pal. And job.
What the hell?
We're the heroes of the lost souls out there.
My goodness, I guess so.
The lost souls. Anybody else want to chime in? 800-497-5891. Tell us how life has handed you a lemon.
Dude, I'm just astounded that fucking people are looking to us for dating advice.
Well, what's really funny, especially with the last two calls, is they heard the show.
Well, dude, and try being one of the loudest voices on the show.
Well, dude, my whole existence, almost the last 25 years, the show has always been a problem. Always.
Yeah, every chick that's come by the wayside or gone by the wayside for you, it's been about the show, hasn't it?
For the most part, yeah.
Is there any that didn't? Just the copier girl. She had a problem with the show. Are you kidding me? Did she?
Oh, big time.
I thought she left for other reasons.
Well, that part she left that, but I mean, as far as the actual show, yeah, that was an issue.
Yeah, she hated me, didn't she?
Well, yeah, she did not like you, but she didn't like the show either. Hail and Kill caller, you're on the air.
Hey, it's Casey in Vancouver. How you guys
What's
doing?
up, Casey? How has life handed you a lemon?
Well, can't say as it has. You guys actually know my girlfriend, Holly?
Holly? Oh, Holly Callahan. Yeah.
Yeah, a special picture pops up on your phone, Chris, when she calls you or texts you. Well, doesn't call you, but texts you.
She's your chick?
She is.
She's a hottie, man.
I know, I'm lucky.
You are lucky. Not only is and I'm just going to say, I mean, I don't know Holly real well, but her and I have chatted quite a bit on texting and Facebook when she was on Facebook and whatnot. She's a cool chick. Not just
dude,
hot
she's
chick, but
the
she's a
coolest
fucking
chick.
cool chick.
No, she's the full package.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky. What I was calling for was, a couple things. I want you guys to finish up the thing on the Me Too movement. But Neeley was talking about in the last few weeks, perhaps that he might tell the story of his recent thing with his chick in a car. And perhaps that might relate to the Me Too thing. I don't know if it will or not, but whatever. It sounded like an interesting story. And I think it was a couple of weeks ago he was saying he might be ready to share that. And Neeley, if you're ready to cleanse the palate on 2018.
Yeah, I did say that I will tell that story the last show of the year, and I will tell that story tonight.
Awesome.
Oh, sweet. I'm waiting with bated breath, and Holly's wanted me to call in. This won't be tonight, but with some of my war stories, which will amuse you guys greatly, but that won't be tonight. But
tell Holly she still owes me a picture from like a year ago, and I haven't forgotten.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. I don't care. That's awesome. By the way, were you keeping an eye on the score of the Browns game tonight?
Yeah, they won. I loved it. I watched the whole game.
Yeah, me too. I had it on quiet while I was listening to you guys.
Yeah, I was half paying attention that first 2 hours.
Awesome. Yeah, I do double time. I listen to the Dog Pound podcast as well, usually every Tuesday. So, yeah.
Cool, man. Well,
Cool.
awesome, dude.
All right. I'll probably call in again, not tonight, but it's in the new year. But I wish you guys a happy new year, Merry Christmas, and all that stuff. And, yeah, I look forward to hearing the story, Neely.
All right, well, stay tuned.
Okay, I will. All right.
Hail and kill.
Take care.
All right,
That's
there he
a lucky
goes.
son of a bitch there.
So Holly's his chick, huh?
Yeah, she is a hot piece of ass. Holy smokes. She's a hottie, but she's hot and cool at the same time.
Right, right.
That's a fucking good package
Yeah,
there.
you don't find just literally cool chicks.
No, she's a chick that I would fucking love to just go and hang out with. You know, and the fact that I want to fuck her too just plays even better. But
How do you
No,
really feel about Holly, Chris?
dude, in very much the same way I feel about Stephanie. I mean, she's my friend, and you know, I love hanging out with her and being friendly with her, but I'd still bang her in a minute. Without even a thought, man. Holly's a cute girl, man. Holy smokes. And he is right. I do my picture of her in my phone is just a picture of her tit. She sent me the day that I put on Facebook that my kid had cancer. She just sends me this pic and says, "Here's a picture of a tit. Hope it makes you feel better."
Right.
And it does. Every time she texts me, it pops up on my phone, and it just makes me feel just a little bit better.
There you go. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, all right, guys. Sorry to call in one more time, but it's Lou. But now you're on some Snapchat here, and I talking about horror stories and so forth. I had a horror story happen to me last night involving pussy.
Now, did you say horror story or horror story?
Both. You can call it both.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
All right. So, you know, now, Chris, you said it, man. Crazy pussy is good pussy, right?
And it's true.
All right. All right. Well, there was some crazy pussy I work with, okay? Good-looking woman, great fucking body, all that, all right? So, you know, her boyfriend's in jail, all right? And he ain't getting out for like 5 years or whatever. And, you know, for me and this gal, you know, we've been talking, we're talking and so forth. And, you know, somehow it got to where she's talking about how she misses getting laid with her boyfriend being locked up.
Now you're having these conversations at work?
Yes.
Oh boy,
okay, we're talking crazy.
Well, you're really kind of walking the line there, so I'm just going to caution you there. So go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Well, this ain't going to go where you think it's going. All right. So I make the mistake. Okay, I get the gal's phone number. We exchange phone numbers, and you know, the other night, you know, she's texting about all the stuff she likes to do in the sack, and I'm texting all the stuff that I would, you know, like to do and would do to her and so forth. And, you know, kind of thinking, okay, am I going to get the text telling me to come over? And, you know, I'm thinking, well, okay, the dude is not eligible for parole for 5 years. So, you know, if I can have 5 years, he could turn into a queer or whatnot while in prison or get shanked in the yard or something. So, you know, he finds out that some dude's been banging his old lady. Who knows? Worry about that later, right? I'm thinking about getting some fucking pussy, some crazy pussy. So, you know, initially I get the text telling me to come over. All right. So I, you know, I'm thinking, great. You know, I'm about to get laid with some crazy fucking pussy. I'm about to have a good fucking lay here. Okay. So go over there. All right. And, you know, not 2 seconds that I'm in the house, man, we're both butt-ass naked, and I'm eating the shit out of that twat, man. I'm fucking eating that shit like it's going out of style. She's all moaning and groaning and shit. And I'm like, damn, I'm going to have this bitch squirting across the room, man. And then I kind of come up for air for a second. And I look up, and on the bed there was a picture of her and a black guy. And I look up, I'm like, whoa, who's the darky there in the picture?
Did you really say that?
Yes.
You said the darky.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Well, and I should have put two and two together that when she had a boyfriend that's in jail, that he's fucking black. And sure enough, Joe, that's my boyfriend. I'm like, you allowed me to put my mouth where that big old purple-headed black cock's been? Oh, no, don't you listen to the Classic Metal Show. I'm going to get AIDS now because you got AIDS because you're fucking a black guy that's got AIDS. That's so. I mean, I could not get my pants on fast enough and get the fuck out of there, man.
Now, how much of this story is actually true?
Dude, 100% of it. I'm lying, I'm dying, brother.
All right. I like your stories, Lou, but this one here, I'm it's not ringing true to me here.
I think this girl ran into some crazy cock.
I mean, listen, you lie to women. You don't lie. Don't lie to Neeley. You lie to women, not Neeley.
Bros before hoes, right, bro?
Learn that the hard way.
All right, Lou.
So, yeah. So like I said, the story's true. I had a do-over moment, but okay, manager. I know. So, it's 100% true story. If I'm lying, may my nuts shrivel up and fall off overnight, which they may after, But anyway, hell and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job.
All right, there goes Lou. Guy's got stories to tell.
I guess. Lou the Liar? Come on, Nathan. Is that his new name?
I don't know. Usually Lou tells some pretty good stories, but that one I wasn't feeling that one.
Yeah, not sure on that one.
Wasn't feeling that one.
Whatever. Still a good story.
It was still a good story. Oh man, our fans. All right, let's see if we can finish this up.
All right.
It is maddening to watch adult men respond to revelations of endemic sexual harassment in the workplace by instituting a series of ludicrous personal codes rather than by learning the relatively straightforward lesson on offer. Don't sexually assault or harass anyone. See, again, all of the onus is on the man's shoulders.
But you know what? As a guy, I'm going to tell you flat out, you don't have enough value for me to adapt to you. That's what this bitch needs to get through her fucking head. She does not possess enough value. There's not enough value to having her in your life in a relationship to change who you are to have her in your life.
Right.
No. So we're going to do what we do, which is protect ourselves.
Exactly.
In the end, we don't really want to spend time with you anyway. I mean, honestly, dude, I think most every guy, and chat room or you or whoever can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think almost every guy that is straight, every straight guy has one chick, at least one, maybe two, but not more than two, that they are friends with, but not necessarily anything else. Is that a fair statement?
I would say yes.
And then everything else is just, we'll be cordial to you because you're either A, fucking a friend of ours, or B, we want to fuck you. But that's the only reason. If we don't want to fuck you, and you're not one of those 1 to 2 girls that we are friendly with in our life, we have no use at all for you. None. We'll be nice to you at work because we have to, but in the end, if we never spoke to you ever, it wouldn't bother us one iota.
That's true.
But the problem that these women have, especially women like the one that wrote this article, is that their lives are based in their need for attention. So when you just don't give them any attention, that makes them feel bad. You know, they feel abused because we just don't want to fucking give them any attention. But in the end, why take the risk?
Yeah.
Why take any risk with something that we really don't even want in our life? We're never gonna fucking say to you at the end of the workday, hey, why don't you meet me and the guys over at the bar to fucking have a couple of beers? We're never gonna do that, because what do we do at the bar? We talk about pussy. That's what we do. We talk about chicks. And we can't do that with you around. So we'll play the game at work. We'll certainly talk about the fucking TPS spreadsheets and whatever with you at work. You know, whatever it is that we do in our job. But once the whistle blows, we want nothing to do with you. So go fuck yourself. You know, go find your girlfriends and be friendly with your girlfriends. Maybe they'll be nice to you. But we're not going to take a chance at losing our livelihood and our money and everything else so that you can feel better about yourself. Eat a bag of dicks, or a bag of vages, I guess, you fucking whore.
At best, these rules are reflective of employers' woefully incomplete approach to sexual harassment. Employers have long done the absolute minimum to comply with the law, relying on trite videos focused on what you can and cannot say or do in the workplace, like don't give back rubs, don't offer promotions in exchange for sex, and sexual harassment policies designed primarily to protect them from lawsuits.
But wait a minute. Aren't the guys just avoiding all of this entirely?
Well, what they're saying is that the employer is not taking enough time and initiative to indoctrinate the guys to make them non-predators.
Indoctrinate them how?
By putting them through extensive training.
Dude, you don't need to be in any training.
I agree with that, but what she's saying is that outside of these little videos, here's a video, this is, don't do this, don't do that, this isn't good for the workplace. Okay, go about your business.
Yeah.
She's looking for something almost like a whole workshop.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to be careful with this example, but I'm going to use an example, and you can tell me to stop if you want me to. You work in your office with a younger female.
That's correct.
I'm going to make the wide assumption that you do not go around smacking her on the ass or...
No, of course not.
Talking about, hey, did you get some dick this weekend? What was that about?
No.
And she doesn't come up to you saying, hey, did you get some pussy this weekend?
No, nothing like that. Nope.
So you have a quote-unquote work relationship.
Yeah, professional relationship. That's correct. Right. Yep.
But when the bell rings, and I'm not saying this as you don't like her, because I know for a fact that you do.
Yeah.
You know, as a person.
She's a good worker, and she's, she learns quick, and she does a good job.
But at the same time, when the bell rings, you're not, hey, let's go get a drink.
Nope.
Because you don't have any real necessary value to the relationship outside of work.
That's correct.
That's all that you have to have in there. Everybody knows you can't grab a chick's tits at work.
Right.
You can't smack her on the ass. You can't tell her that she looks like she could suck a good dick. Everybody knows these things.
Well, you would think most people would know those things, but there is an outside chance that some people don't adhere to that protocol, and
those ones should be fired.
That's correct.
But it sounds like this chick, what she wants is that everybody is that you can't segregate yourself away from these chicks with the exception of doing your job. That's what I'm hearing out of this is, dude, I mean, when I was the last workplace that I worked in, I did my job with women, the women that I worked with.
Yeah.
If the job intertwined where I had to deal with the women, then I dealt with the women. But come 5 o'clock when it was time to go home, I was done dealing with them. 100% wanted nothing else to do with him at all. Because that was it. It was a work relationship. This chick, it sounds like, wants to not have, like, cliques. You know, like the guy, you know, you make friends with your guy friends from work and you go out and you have a drink or whatever after. Isn't that what she's saying is missing?
Well, she's saying that the guys, unless absolutely necessary to have interaction with them, they won't.
Yeah, right. As it should be. You don't see that that's... You see that or do not see that that's how it should be?
Well, it probably used to be a more casual atmosphere prior to the Me Too thing.
Right.
But now it's not a casual atmosphere anymore. It's just you stay in your corner, I'll stay in my corner. Unless I absolutely have to talk to you, I'm never going to acknowledge you.
Yeah, if there was a chance, it's that old thought of, you know, if you had a bowl of M&Ms and one of them was full of poison that would kill you, would you eat the M&Ms? You know, where most of them potentially would do nothing, but there's always that one chance.
Yeah, that's that one chance.
There's that one chance.
I might pick that poison M&M.
Yeah, and you know, unfortunately, with this fucking Me Too movement, they are the poison in the bag.
You don't know which M&M in your office is going to be the poison one. So you avoid all of them.
Exactly. And further, and I don't care how much they disagree with it or whatever, chicks lie. Chicks absolutely lie because it's a weapon that they have that always works.
Right.
So they use that weapon far too much. So, no, fuck you. You know, that's what I say to this lady here. Fuck you. You can stay shunned. I'll come to you to fucking balance my spreadsheet, but that's it.
The sweeping scale of the Me Too involvement makes it clear that no mere set of rules is sufficient to prevent workplace harassment, especially when those rules fail to speak to all of the various power imbalances that makes the critical distinctions between genuinely consensual workplace romances and harassment. The lack of employer investment in these training courses does not, of course, excuse the men who have responded with a temper tantrum to a woman's basic plea to treat them like human beings. As a teenager, I knew that my choice never to drive again was both absurd and unsustainable. Mostly it arose out of a quixotic and self-defeating attempt to punish others for my mistake. The men who subscribe to these new strategies know full and well that they are motivated in precisely the same petulant, childish way. But
yeah. So what? Is it childish to protect yourself? Then color me children.
Yeah. But whereas my refusal to drive had no real victims outside of myself, the men who choose this take my ball and go home approach are robbing women of mentorship and professional development opportunities.
Oh, are we? Well, you know what? Sucks to be you.
Yeah.
We don't owe that to you. You know, we owe ourselves our fucking gig more than we owe you a fucking chance to grow.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. It's just like what's the word I'm looking for? You're depriving us of being able to further our career because you won't share your knowledge with us because of your fear that we're going to do something back to you.
Yeah, well, guess what, hon? And I'll say this as an absolute fact. I really don't want to share it with guys either. The last thing in the world I want to do is teach somebody to do my job so that I'm fucking obsolete.
Right.
Whether it's a chick or a dude. Fuck off.
And so here we go. This is the whole victimhood right here. They are restricting women from the social capital that is so often necessary to exceed and advance in the workplace.
Well, then figure it out the same way we did. You know, did you have somebody sit you down and teach you how to fucking manage something?
No, I learned all that on my own.
Yeah, you just fucking did it. Sorry, but you're not getting a fucking participation trophy or the participation knowledge. Go and do it. That's how you fucking learn. Take a job, fuck up. Hopefully you don't get fired, and then you learn.
Right.
You dummy. No personal responsibility.
But
it's everybody else's but hers.
But you see, it's this. Because of your selfishness, I'm never going to be able to succeed because you won't share your knowledge with me because you're afraid I might pull a Me Too moment on you.
Yeah, well, guess what? The world of business is not a goddamn commune. It's not everybody for the common good. It's me trying to get ahead of you. That's how it is. Working in a job is a race. Anytime you work at a job, it's a race. You're racing against everybody else in the company to get further than they do. That's just the way it works. And if you're not, then you're fucking content to be a fucking mid-level douche nozzle.
Right.
So fucking suck it up.
And by adopting these strategies based on the assumption that a woman is readying a false accusation, hides around every corner, these men give safe haven to predatory harassers who know that women who come forward with true allegations are unlikely to be believed.
Well, you know what? Take that up with the woman before you that didn't have the true allegation, that filed the false allegation that made guys fucking not trust you. That's the woman's fault. We're not just making it up out of the blue. It's happened to someone we know. That's why we hold that our knowledge closer to the vest, because we've seen somebody else get fucked over by some chick, whether that chick fucked them over in a marriage or at work or both. You know, and don't. And this is another laughable thing with this chick. She's given no value to the fact that we've watched women fuck us over in marriages too, with these fucking retarded divorce settlements where chick does nothing but suck our dick and cook us a dinner every now and again, and they take half our fucking money. We're not willing to give you anything. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. You want it, go get it yourself, the same way we have to. No one's fucking babysitting anybody, sweetheart. Write another article about what a dick we are for fucking not agreeing with you, you cunt.
These responses, like sexual harassment itself, are anthemic to a healthy workplace. Last year, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission issued a report identifying the real problem, and it's not catering dinner with your women colleagues. Organizational culture is one of the key drivers of harassment, the report said, because it's basically guides employees to know what to do when no one is watching. Organizational culture establishes what kind of specific behaviors are rewarded or punished, whether formally or informally in the workplace. A crisis of the magnitude of the Me Too requires a cultural shift in response, and it's employers, not the employee, who have led it. If they don't, men will continue to fill the void by isolating women.
Men are going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
That's never changing. Well, I take that back. Once you get these swishy half of chicks into businesses, it may change, but it's not going to change with any of us that are fucking smart.
Yeah.
We're never going to cave into this.
Right.
Never.
To change a workplace culture, employers must invest in training that help their employees learn to identify the various power dynamics in the workplace, recognizing how they can be used to harm employees, and make clear that these uses of power are unacceptable. It's not enough to tell employees not to demand sex in exchange for promotion. They need to understand that the power imbalance involved when, say, a man and his woman coworker go on a business trip together. Whether he intends to wield the power or not because of their respective genders and their isolation from the normal workplace, that disparity is real, and it's far from complicated than no back rubs. Employees, especially male ones, need the time and the space to learn and practice taking greater care when these power imbalances show up. So once again, the onus is always on the guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's always on the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's, well, you guys are the ones who are the predators.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to suggest to every one of our listeners, every guy that listens to us, keep isolating them. Do not fucking fall for this bullshit. Keep isolating these chicks. Stay away from them. Work with them with the bare minimum that you have to do your job, and protect yourself. That's what you need to do. Protect yourself.
Exactly. Sexual harassment and violence aren't inevitable, and when it comes to sexual harassment prevention, employers should look to resources developed by those with expertise in gender, not merely in human resources or the law. As for the men who have chosen childish bullheadedness over basic empathy, they will soon realize that there is no turning the clock back on this moment. The days of the sexual harassment without consequences are coming to an end, and they can only pout and sulk for so long before they're forced to grow up and adjust their own behaviors in a meaningful way. They'd be wise to learn sooner rather than later.
Would they? See, because I own businesses, hon, and I'm just going to tell you straight up, I will never put myself in a position to be taken down by any chick for my business. Fuck you. That would never happen, ever. If I was ever forced to hire a chick, and it would definitely be forced legally, if I ever got my business big enough to where I had to do that, it would be the bare minimum amount of fucking interaction that I would need to get the job done. And that would be it. There would be, it wouldn't be one big happy family. It'd be, I'm the boss, you're the fucking employee, here's your fucking job, do it. Period. Fuck that.
Yep. Well, there's a couple people who make a couple good points here real quick, and then we'll move on here. It's true, men are avoiding women in the workplace. I see it all the time at work. Once we were a happy family, this is no longer the case. I manage a group of 30 people, both men and women. When one of the female employees comes to my office, I call in someone else to be with us when we talk. I'm not taking any chances. I don't trust them anymore, and I won't hire any more of them either.
Yeah. Sign C. Aiken in Twinsburg.
He's minimizing the risk is what he's doing.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. You have to minimize your risk. Why would you take bigger risks?
Well, again, this is what I said at the beginning of the story, that the unintended consequences of each of these movements, well, this is what happens. For every reaction, there's another, what is it, an opposite reaction?
Yeah.
How does that old saying go?
Opposite, right.
So, these women go, well, we're going to say Me Too movement now, and we're going to report you, and people are going to believe us, and men are going to go, well, you know what? I'll have nothing to do with you from here on out.
Yep. Go ahead. Wear your pussy hat over there, because I'm ignoring you.
Yeah, you don't even exist in my world anymore.
Exactly.
Well, you're depriving me, and you're depriving me of future opportunities.
Really? Well, since you can say things about yourself that I'm not even allowed to say, I just choose to not even take the chance.
Right.
That's just that.
It's not so simple as that. This isn't a case like your driving analogy. Sure, sometimes it's rather obvious when someone does something that is clearly a violation of reasonable standards of conduct. Other times, however, it's completely subjective based on how someone feels about an interaction, how someone might have read something innocuous in other circumstances, or how meaning was read into an action that was different from the original intent. This is on top of the possibility of just flat out false accusations, and can and do occur, but don't make up any kind of majority of cases by any means. What you end up with is an environment that makes it more likely that someone will be accused even without intent, and then they will lose their jobs, possibly being social outcasts in the process. There is a very low standard of evidence in the court of public opinion. That's a risk that some men don't want to take, and they don't think it's entirely unreasonable in some circumstances.
Yeah. Yep. Don't disagree.
Yep. So I'm not going to eat that poison M&M in that bowl, pal.
Exactly.
So there you are.
There it is.
So,
ha. Your Me Too movement is a big flop.
Just because you have the Me Too movement doesn't mean we have to participate.
No, and we're not going to.
That's it. So guys are just like, fuck that.
Yeah, of course.
Stay away. Stay away. All right. Well, I think I'm going to play some Alice Cooper here.
All right.
I'm going to play something from the Brutal Planet release.
Okay.
And I think I'll play the title track because, I think it sums it all up.
All right. Sounds good to
We
me.
live on a brutal planet. So here it is. It's some Alice Cooper exclusively here.
On your classic metal show.